How's it going, guys? Right now you're seeing in the background some of the Spider-Man PS4 footage, and this time I want to get into the touch and pretty much talk about every single villain that was pretty much confirmed by Insomniac. And firstly, I want to get it out of the way that we do not know anything about the Doctor's. Well, I was about to say Doctor Strange, but I mean Doctor Octopus. I meant to say, or Doctor Octavius. Basically, about him, we do not know anything, but all the rest of the villains that we already know, I'm gonna get into them and the description of what Insomniac has mentioned about him, and pretty much all the villains so far that we know in the Spider-Man PS4 game. So, from a crime boss wielding negative energy to a high-flying criminal to a future tech thief, meet the main villains of the Spider-Man must face to save the Marvel's New York City. So Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative is a man divided. To citizens of the New York City, he is a Martin Lee, respected businessman, philanthropist, and a founder of the acclaimed FEAST, that's FEAST shelters. But to the underworld, he's known as the Mr. Negative, as an upstart crime boss and come out of the fearsome inner demons, and a wielder of a dark energy that he uses to destroy anything or anyone standing in his way. Obsessed with exacting revenge against the high-ranking New York City official whom he believes is responsible for his corruptive abilities. Mr. Negative is a divided force behind a violent mastermind plan to make a rod with the Big Apple to its core. Next up is Kingpin. Did I just say that? Kingpin. That's what I meant. Wilson Fisk, who is publicly acts as a philanthropist and a legitimate businessman, secretly controls New York City organized crime families as the feared Kingpin. Spider-Man has spent years trying to incriminate him, as it finally does, only to quickly learn that maybe Fisk was right when he said, "I'm the one who brought order to this city." Spider-Man soon finds himself in a bizarre situation or in a position of saving Fisk's man to unravel a large mystery of a new citywide menace. Electro, with the abilities of harness and wheel electricity, Max Dillon has a larger mission in mind: to evolve his final form by transforming himself into pure living energy. Enlisted to help of the sinister mastermind to help him in his twisted quest, Electro has agreed to help dismantle one of the most powerful men in the New York City. Rhino, granted superhuman strength by artificial crafted skin, Alexei Sisevich wants to shed the protective coverings and thuggish reputation as the Rhino, and he's found a sinister someone who can help him to do it. Of course, Rhino will need to pay this mastermind back once he's been sprung from the raft to wreak havoc on a powerful New York City magnate. Scorpion, while he's been safely behind bars at the raft for the last few years, the maniac Mac Gargan, I hope I'm not butchering the name, Gargan, has been free to renew his heated rivalry with the Spider-Man in exchange for a promise of a clean criminal record. The Scorpion is determined to strike down Spider-Man once and for all with his vicious, venomous stinger. Vulture. Vulture has vexed Spider-Man with his lethal flight suit since Peter Parker first learned to channel his web-slinging abilities. Now Adrian Toomas suffers from spinal cancer due to the power produced from his winged rig. A particular sinister villain has devised a plan to save Adrian's life and free him from the Raft prison in exchange for helping fix a vendetta against the city icon. Shocker. What's the best way to rob a bank? Herman Schultz prefers to literally shock and awe, using a high-tech suit with gauntlets that blast intense vibration waves to crush vaults and loot the police. Shocker has been long-time Spider-Man nemesis, but something more sinister has motivated Schultz this time around. The inner demons themselves. Inner demons are mysterious enemies easily identified by their elaborate Chinese masks and more former black and white attire. They operate under direction from Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative. Some inner demons wield weapons infused with a negative energy that can cause Spider-Man great damage. On occasion, Mr. Negative will corrupt an inner demon or two through an extended direct touch, giving himself even greater power. Anyway, what do you think about these villains so far? I still think that we might see something about I want to say Doctor Strange all the time, but I mean Doctor octopus. I don't know if we are going to see him or not. And talking about Green Goblin and stuff, there could be quite a few different enemies. And it's been already confirmed that these symbiotes are not going to be part of this game, unfortunately. I really would love to see like a Spider-Man having a black suit and getting involved with Venom, perhaps. Eddie Brock in it, but doesn't seem like they have even hinted that they might be something like that. Maybe they will just hint at it by some kind of an Easter egg or just a little touches, but I don't think it's going to be a big main thing in the story of Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game. Anyway, tell me down in the comments, what do you think is your favorite villain of all of them that I have just mentioned? Me personally, I think that I would, like, I'm on the fence going with the Electro, Kingpin, and the what was the other guy? Scorpion, right? From all of them, to be honest. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Kingpin is not really. It's nothing special about him. I think I'll probably go with Scorpion, but he's a dumbass. Maybe I'll go with the Mr. Negative. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna go away from those three options that I've chosen from the beginning. I'm gonna go with Mr. Negative because he's the main role of a villain that was introduced at first in 2016 E3, I believe. So he was at the very first time we've seen some kind of a new enemy, and I'm pretty should be pretty exciting anyway. At least he's somewhat smart and he's like two personalities or so to say, but should be interesting to find out more. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe. I see you guys later. Have an awesome day, and yeah, have a good one, guys.